Yo, how's it going, guys? How are we all doing today? Today's video, I wanted to talk about some light side Geonosis TB teams for all of these different missions and waves. Most of these teams can get 4 out of 4, as we can see. I'll show a few of these battles. There are also some teams I'm not going to show battles or footage of because it's a bit easier to manage for the most part. But you know, for these other ones that I want to show, I'll show a few of them and speed them up a little bit because they're gonna be long ones, like how pretty much every TB mission is. Are pretty long, right? But I did a video, I think, man, I want to say 5 to 6 months ago about this stuff, some of the best teams, and since then we've gotten some new GLs, AK pretty much just Master Luke. If you want to count the other Luke, the Jedi Knight Luke, as one as well, then there you go. There's 2 new teams there for you guys. And those 2 guys right there, gotta say, they allow you to create even more teams for the light side TB, and it makes it a lot easier. Like I have Rey, I have Master Luke, and I have Knight Luke. So there's a lot of things I can do here in TB. I'm not going to be showing my own footage because I already did my battles for today. I want to get this out at least sometime in the near future, during, I guess you could say, during the TB. And if I can, I'll record my battles, and then for the next TB month, I'll go even more in depth if you guys would like me to. But mainly today's video is just kind of glossing over some of the best teams for you guys to use. Nothing too crazy. I'm not going to go into mods and really any of these. Just kind of want to show you the best teams, what they can do, and what they can accomplish in TBs. So, first things first, I want to show some of these ones with the Jedi. I think I want to say most of the phases, if not all the phases, you're going to need around 2. I think it's just 2. Yeah, just two Jedi teams, right? You got to split up the Jedi to use in your TB missions. So these are some of my favorite ones. I know some of these guys are with relics, especially with Mundi, but you don't have to use them if you don't have them. So my first one is going to be Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, and his lead is so incredible in the TB, guys. I don't have any footage I'm going to show of this one, but if you guys have him, you already know how he works. Mainly in this team, what you want to shoot for is Jedi who can get a lot of turn meter and cycle back to his leadership Heroes Arise ASAP, because you always want to be starting off every single wave with his turn, so that way it reduces the speed of the enemies. That way you get even more turns off and allows you to get more stuns, some more control, and over time some more damage. So for this team, you can use, of course, his lead. The other one I would say you must have is going to be Grandmaster Yoda, so that way you feed even more turn meter to your team. And I would say also a third one that's pretty good, if not a must-have, is Hermit Yoda. So double Yoda plus Luke. And then the other 2 slots I have here, Barriss and Jolie. You don't need those 2. You can honestly, if you wanted to, come back down here to this other team and pull, if you wanted to, a Revan. You could pull an old Ben. If you have Cam, go for him. And just kind of, go from there. You want to make sure that you get a bit more turns off. In this case, Barriss, she gets more turn meter on whenever your ally's getting critically hit, and just, over time, some more turn meter just passively. Jolie gives out some more turns, and I guess turn meter to Grandmaster Yoda as an assist. You could also probably, if you have like a Relic Ezra, you can use Ezra in here as well. You pretty much just need to have Luke controlling the battle. You cannot auto this, by the way. You have to manually play every single wave in these missions with this team. So you always want to have this team, if you have it available, always want to use it because it's going to get you 4 out of 4 every single time. So always want to, every single round, every single wave rather, you want to make sure you have his turn going with Heroes Arise. So you want to use Heroes Arise on the last enemy the turn before, and that way you start off the new wave with his turn. You can use either a stun or his big assist, doesn't matter. You just want to have them lowered speed, and then have this guy right here just go off with his Master Stroke, his Battle Meditation, getting all those extra turns in for your team. And with overtime, the Master Training on Hermit Yoda, you'll be just fine there. So it's a great team. You don't have to use Barriss, you don't have to use Jolie, but I just have them in here because I want to use the other ones here. So if you have Master Luke, the GL Master Luke that is, there's a lot of stuff you can use here. So this guy, he is great with Grandmaster Yoda again because he gives you more turns, which allows for you to use his true damage on his leadership, which is amazing. And I would say if you don't have his ultimate, it's going to be a bit more tricky to get max waves done in the TB. But if you have his ultimate, it's very, very simple because on his ultimate, it says here it reduces his max cooldowns for both of his specials to 2. So that way you can really spam his AoE efflux a lot of the time, and that is going to give you going to give your Jedi more turn meter, reduce the enemy's turn meter, and inflict some debuffs, ability blocks for 2 turns. It's very, very crucial to have the ultimate, but if you don't have it, you can still probably get some good waves done, but not max. I would say you probably, it just depends, I guess. It just depends. I would just say the ult really does make it even easier for you. So in this one, what do you want? Well, you want kind of the same things. In this one, though, I would go for some more control. So Old Ben is going to be pretty good here. You have some more of a Basilisk for some more stuns. Ability blocks, pretty huge. With Revan here, you get that bonus, the Force Bond between each other, right? And of course, Revan's great here with his mark, the TM swaps, and his savior in particular. Especially Revan's great here because he can save Master Luke if he's taunting the entire battle, which is crazy good. Of course, not many people have Cam here, but if you had, somebody else like I would say even Ezra, maybe somebody else like Plo Koon, you could probably get some good waves done as well. Or you could just go back and use Jolie Bindo for that revive here, which is definitely a great spot as well. And then you can use Cam in the other one if you wanted to swap those two if you had them, or just use Ezra. Ezra's a great one here as well. So lots of great uses here. This can get you some good waves. And I think for this one, I can show you this one and how it kind of works. So I think my friend Jorm, I'm going to be using a lot of Jorms. He's a really good friend of mine. He has a lot of these guys worked on. In this one, he does use JKL, but you don't need to use JKL. But pretty much in this one, you just feed the turns until you get to, of course, his ultimate, which we just got right there. And we are using the Luke, like I said, the other Luke, which you don't have to use here. You can still get some really great waves done without him. But just to kind of showcase how it's going to kind of work if you want to use him, this is how it's going to kind of work. Again, his ultimate is so crucial here because you get so much more specials off with your not only your Jedi, but especially the Master Luke, because it's even reduced cooldowns, even more reduced of the cooldowns. So you do that. The waves are going to take a long time. This is a 7-minute long video, so I'm not going to show you all of it, but we'll speed up to the very end. So you kind of do the same things over and over again. You want to keep on spamming specials. You want to keep on spamming your increased cooldowns and whatnot to control the battle even easier. Save your specials for the new waves, especially with Luke's stun. It's a really crazy thing. If you don't want to use Luke here, which I probably wouldn't do personally, I would save the Efflux from Master Luke for the next round. So this is the last round here with GBA and the bugs. It's actually this one's pretty easy, especially if you have that event special there with that huge AoE. And so like right there, we just save the stun. Now we use a stun there. Everyone's stunned on the Geos. And now it's kind of just going to town on some of these characters. We can still use the event special there. We just use it right there. Stop some of the heals from the Geos with that healing immunity, right? They can't equalize themselves every so often. And then after you do that, with the ultimate as well, with the Jedi, I forget to mention that they can ignore taunts. All the Jedi can, so that way you can kill one of those guys and then go straight for somebody who you want to kill if they're going to be behind a taunt, like this in this instance, the Brutus. So you kill the Alpha, and there we go. So there we go. From Jorm, great stuff. Coming back into the game, what other teams we got? Well, the CLS team. This is a crazy fun team. This is actually a very easy team to get 4-4 with in really any phases, from phase 1 to 4. There are some things you want to worry about here, and I guess some mods as well, because you kind of want to get the guard onto Commander Luke, but I kind of mentioned that a while ago in some of my other videos. It's very important to have guard rather onto the Chupio and not rather onto CLS. That way you can kind of have 3 guards, 2 really good, 2 guards as is, but then a mini guard, I guess, for the third, being CLS's third Zeta unique, right, on Learn Control with extra critical avoidance and tenacity. So it's really important to have that Zeta in some of these waves, I'd say. But for the most part, this will get you at least 3 out of 4, if not 4 out of 4 every single time. So to show this one, I pulled one from somebody on YouTube. I will refer to this guy. Let me see where it is. My gosh, where is it? Here we go. So this is from JMax. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's one that I just I found on YouTube, so I thought it'd be worth showing for you guys. Pretty much, let's go back to the beginning. You do not want to hit B2s. You want to rather hit the B1s, hit the other droidicas, whoever it may be. Just don't want to hit the B2s because those guys are your friends in these ones. The more times you hit their enemy, or rather their allies, the more times they go and use their AoEs, which give you a lot of turns and turn meter from them countering. So in this one, we do have the CLS with guard. It'll probably still work just fine, but it works a lot better if you don't have guard on him and you rather have it on Chupio. So you just pretty much counterattack all of these guys to death every single time. It is so much fun. So we're going to do that. We want to save some specials, go into phase 2. Let's see here what we got for phase 2. Again, more B2s here. So you want to be hitting some of these guys, the B1s, do some more damage off of, Chewies and even Chewpio's extra attacks that they do inflict onto the enemies whenever they all go. There's so much attacks here, guys. It's crazy. So, again, B2 hits you AoE, you counterattack all that, and then you kind of just whittle down the other ones here. You cannot counterattack the B1s, but you can definitely counterattack the B2s. So, again, save some specials to kill the other B1s, and it's kind of the same thing over and over again, guys. You do that until it's just down to the other B1 that, what even is this guy? The guy that you can't kill until the other ones are dead. He's really annoying and do some big damage. This is the heavy gunner, that's his name. You want to kill him as soon as possible as well, and then go down the others. So let's speed up to the last round here. What it looks like is this versus Noob. I think this is in one of the, what is this? Phase 3. So this will be for, I think, when this video will be live. Use this in this phase, guys. It's great. So again, there's actually no in this one, no B2s. So you kind of want to save all your specials for this one to make sure you can actually kill some of these characters, right? So we want to kill some of the snipers. You don't want to have to worry about his huge freaking hit that you can do to you. That I think it's like almost annihilate if he has 15 stacks. I forget sometimes, but save some specials. You want to go into these phases with all your specials ready to use and just kind of go to work there. So my internet's not working, but just know that this works pretty dang well for some of these phases. So there you guys go on the COS. So next up here is one that is definitely going to get you 4 to 4. I would say every single time. It's really hard to misplay this one. And just like everything about this is so clean to me. And I would say if you wanted to use COS, we just use up there, and you want to use 3PO there, well then definitely use, if you have at least a GL Rey, definitely use her under the other Rey lead, because you get even more turn meter and you get some more crit chance and just easier exposes with her leadership. It's so great. This character can die in phase 1 and you can still beat all the other phases. I had that happen to me today. So the team comp is with both Reys, but JTR in the lead, BB-8 with his Destiny, and then definitely want to have Finn. The other one you can slot in and out is his Poe if you want to use Poe elsewhere. But it's really great to have R2 here for his huge AoE. You can double tap on the B1s and 2s and inflict some more of those crits in the exposes, rather, for some even more turn meter. But I prefer Poe here because he has a bit more better synergy with the team, and he can stop some of those damage immunity from those Droidekas that we all hate, right? So I love this team here. I think I might have one to show as well from somebody I saw who used this. I think this is it right here. Although the first time I saw this team in action was from Zareth Prevails, and he's also my guild too. And when I first saw this team, I first used it, I'm like, well, this is like a no-brainer. Why am I not using this? And it was just such easy for me, especially since I already have both GLs. I have the other ones as well, some of the COS. And then I'm like, well, what can I do with JTR? I usually use JTR with 3PO, and the other guys, all the droids, right? But now I can use them here. I can use JTR. I can use my other GL Rey. It's like the easiest mission I feel like I've ever had, honestly. CLS is pretty easy. JKL is easy, but it's a bit more manually played. I feel like for this one, if I wanted to, I could probably put an auto for some of these phases. I gotta be honest with you guys. It's really simple. I guess you don't want to do that because you want to save some specials. But pretty much in this one, you just kind of get so much turns. If they hit you, you have all the counterattacks from Finn. And then, also here, you have the Ultimate Rey, which can provide a lot of durability to the team, which stops a lot of damage, pretty much all damage, right? And then you have, in this team in particular with Poe, you have 2 Dispels to stop even more of the damage immunity guys, more control, and you have a Destiny here, which just feeds more turns. You have so much turn meter here, you have so much turn meter control, and you have huge damage from everybody. This is one of the strongest, in my opinion, teams that are non-Jedi in the whole entire TB. So there we go. It's a very simple one. We're in phase 3. We're in phase 4 now. This is versus Grievous. The Grievous is definitely one that I really hate fighting. And, I mean, look at that right there. We tank that hit, and then we counterattack all those hits. Grievous comes into play. He kills our Finn. It's okay, though. We have a GL Rey for a reason, right? A GL Rey is going to be huge here. Did we go for a whirlwind? Yeah, go for a whirlwind on Droideka. Droideka can just mess you up. Man, the amount of times, guys, that I just lose some of these phase 4 missions because Droideka is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but he is the only reason why I lose some of my missions because of his one-shot. It's crazy the damage you can do. I mean, even to my GL Rey that has like 240k health, still one-shotting. It's still one-shotting the GL Rey, even though she's like a GL, right? It's crazy. The guy that can do so much damage in this TB. But here we go, finishing up with some of the ults. And yeah, Lifeblood's huge, guys. Lifeblood's one of the best buffs in the game. If not, it is the best buff in my opinion, because it just provides all that durability. It stops some of the ongoing damage, and also you do even more damage as well. So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. 4 out of 4. Pretty dang easy there, guys, gotta say. And then coming back up here to the game, one of our last couple here I'm not going to show. We're already going to be done showing all the teams I feel like for today. The other ones are pretty self-explanatory. They're pretty easy to use, especially these ones for some of the special missions, or just some of the Galactic Republic missions as well. I think there's also in Phase 4, maybe even Phase 3 as well, that are full-on Galactic Republic Jedi missions. And for those, I would say use a GK lead, use some other healers there like an Ahsoka that can do even more attacks over time. Cam for those ones is extremely, extremely important, and that's kind of why I don't want to put it in this list, because not everybody will have Kedi Mundi, but if you do, use a team like GK, Ahsoka, use Gas there, I think the other Anakin as well, JKA, and then toss in, I would say, Cam, but it's kind of far-fetched for most people, but it's definitely a great team. So, the other two I want to talk about, though, is going to be a Shaak clones team and then a Padme team. So, for Padme in the first phase special mission, I know we already passed it, but a great team to use. If you have all these other ones that you are able to use that I've been showing, you can easily, I gotta take this off, you can easily use a Gas, well, of course, Padme lead, but with Gas, and then all of the clones. I would save no Arc and just use Echo and Fives and Rex. This team gets you the mission done extremely easy in that first phase, and it allows you to still use these other teams in your TB as well. It's crazy. But if you're past phase 1 and you want to use other guys, I still like Gas with Padme, although for, I think it's phase 2, you have to use Gas with Ahsoka for that special mission. Then, of course, you use Padme elsewhere, and I think in that phase 2, what I used was with, of course, like the main guys here. I think I used GK, I used JKA, and then I think I used, in today's missions, I think I used Cam, and I used, what's his name? I think it was just Barriss. It was either Barriss or Shaak. No, it was Shaak. So I used this team for my mission today. It was only one Galactic Republic mission, so it was extremely easy. But, I mean, you could also just play it simple and just use the Shaak clones team. That's definitely a great team as well. It's really easy to use. You just kind of get all your turns and save your huge Annihilate with Rex for new rounds. But I just prefer the Padmes a bit more easy once you have these other ones built up. You have a lot more healing and health, a lot more of those double taps and whatnot from all of them being, I guess, what is it, the heroes for the TB. It's a great team. Pretty much Padme and Shaak T are great teams to use, although in Phase 3 with the Cam mission, you want to be saving Shaak clones, right? So you got to use other teams. So all in all, guys, these are some of my favorite teams. These ones get you 4 to 4 a lot of the times, if not all times, if you play it correctly. I know there's some bad RNG with like the Droidekas hitting you at the wrong times and, you know, maybe you missing out on some debuffs and they get resisted and whatnot. That's why it's kind of important to go and mod some of these guys for some potency, for sure. But like I said, I don't want to go into mods in this video. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely give me a like on this one. I would love to actually do for next month, do some more of this stuff, but record it on my own time and kind of upload it day by day or maybe something like that over time. I don't know, but I think it'd be really fun to do. Maybe stream it. I don't know if you guys enjoy TBs or not, but I think TBs can be fun if you have the right teams for it. But then it gets to a point where it's just kind of repeated over and over again and it kind of gets a bit boring. But right now for me, it's definitely an okay time. I like it a lot still. But if you guys have actually any other teams that you guys think I might not have shown here that you guys use a lot for getting those high waves done, let me know down below in the comments, or better yet, join up in Discord. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. And that's probably it, I think, for today. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later. Peace out, guys.